This week we're at the US Open at the Country Club outside of Boston, Massachusetts. The US Open is always a great week for us. It's always super busy. You're always trying to figure out what the course is providing and what it's going to be challenging with the players, which is awesome as it changes every year. And at the Country Club this year, it's a little bit different. The greens are definitely smaller, especially when you consider the length of the golf course. You're bringing in 5 and 6 irons into very small targets with a lot of pitch and slope in the places, and then very thick rough right around it. So a lot of fresh wedges. Just try to get guys as much spin as possible. The big thing is make sure that we get the grind right and make sure that the sole matches identical. So the process will be, if we have the opportunity to bring the wedge back with us, it's always good to have it in hand when grinding, because then they can try to match it visually as much as possible. And then take that wedge to the short game area. Let's just go through a variety of shots, gamer, new one, gamer, new one. Make sure it's hitting the ground exactly how you want. Joaquin Niemann plays our Glide Forge Pro, and Mito plays the Glide 4.0. With Mito's situation, just his technique a little bit around the green, slightly different, and he really prefers that slightly larger head shape in the Glide 4.0. He uses the T, so the lowest bounce in the Glide 4.0. And then Joaquin Niemann has been in a Glide Forge Pro 60S with a bunch of heel relief and a little bit of bounce grind, and that for Niemann is just to match his technique and his swing, just so when he does play that extremely open shot that it sits flush on the ground for him. Driving is obviously going to be one of the #1 things that the USGA always kind of looks at and tries to examine. Viktor Hovland actually in the last couple of weeks has been trying to make sure he dials in his driver, maybe with an eye on this championship, kind of built a little bit for this type of event with how good he hits it and how straight he hits it. So we've done a bunch of driver work trying to optimize Viktor's loft for his golf swing. So he has great feedback, and when he hits shots on the course, okay, if that spun too much, that was me, not the driver. And then when he has that feedback, he can really perform his best throughout the week on the course.